My brother's doing much better. Um, so, I'm doing much better. Not as, still filled with anxiety, fear, and, you know, an unsureness. But he's made a lot of progress in the last few days, so things are looking hopeful. So, with that, let's get into this book. As always, I'm more than open to have conversations about pretty much anything. I always say pretty much anything because, people on the internet can be weird. It's the main reason why I do these lives is to talk with people. I just started doing other things with them because I don't always have people to talk to. So it's better to do something. I don't know how I didn't see Adam as an Adam Apple. It's not a name then, is it? Yeah, it is. Technically, it's still a reference to the Bible. This is a hard one. It's probably why I took a break last time before finding all the words, because, I got a good chunk of the words for this one. There's obviously 3 more, but Katana over here, I've got nothing. Because, I just, I don't know, I guess I don't have the words in my brain to pick these up. I could just start doing, like, words I think might be words, like a ton or a con. I don't know what they'd mean, but I think they're words I might have heard of before, I think. This one, I think I should have been able to just get all done in one, though. I feel like with that many letters, I should know enough. But obviously not. What about ta-da? Is that a word? Ta-da? Ta-da! Is it just a noise instead of a word? I don't think this is how you spell it. Dane? Like Danny? I don't think that's how it's spelled, but what are you gonna do? I feel like ITUM might be a word, or maybe ITUN. But we're not trying to do just making up words. Only when I use words I'm pretty sure are words. That's why I haven't wrote down a ton or a con, because though they could be structured as a word, if they're a word, I don't know what they mean, or even if that's how they'd be pronounced. English is crazy. As always, in this particular instance, I'm down to get help from people watching. Like I said, if you just say something that seems like gibberish, I might not write it, but I could also look up a word you give me to see what the definition is, see if it is a word and not just gibberish. I don't want to start like looking up words, because then at that point I could just look up the answers at the back of the book. Like, that's, who wants to do that? Though I might end up just doing that, because I can probably come up with the last word here, because again, big word. Fork? There, there's no F in any of these words. I like the help, though. Thanks for joining the broadcast, by the way, as well as anybody else who's watching. I appreciate it. But yeah, there's no F. It's got to be at either, because we actually filled out Deadpool and Wolverine. They were both pretty easy to do. Let's see. It's adamantium and katana that are the real. Katana is the real fucking hard one, because it says that it wants at least 4 letters and no proper nouns. Why? Even if it is just you, fruit, I'd rather have you than nobody. So thanks for joining, bud. If you can think of any 4-letter words out of katana here, that I would really appreciate that, because I got nothing. I got tank. That's it. That's the only word I see that I know for a fact is a word. I see a couple of just words that I've jumbled together, but I feel like a tan or a can are a word of some kind. What they mean, I have no idea, but I feel like I seen it in a book one time or something. I always have those random words in my brain. Like, I know I seen this somewhere, but I don't remember where, or its meaning, or its context. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. I assume that helps get me in front of people, getting a bit of traction and stuff. You know what? We're going to come back to this thing later. Let's move on to the next page. We'll do this next page and then go back to that. All right, let's see here. That number thing with the boxes and now with math, too, because why not? Wolverine has survived samurais and mutants, but can this feral fighter face the mighty Sumoku? We mean, really, does he seem like a numbers guy to you? Assuming you're not sick to death of this stuff already. Fill in the grids below so that each row and column has every number from 1 through 9. Since you're looking clueless, the numbers in each bold rectangle equal the sum of the digits that should go inside them. Now that's simple, isn't it? I actually like math myself. I think I understand what they want. Each row and column have every number. Shit, this might be harder than I was thinking. That's okay. It says math, but it doesn't say if it has to be a plus or a minus, I guess. We'll see how this goes. So 1 through 9. So the numbers have to be 1 through 9. So for it to be 16, let's say, or there's 3 spots. So I gotta use 3 numbers. I was only gonna use 2. So let's go with 8, 5, and 3. Let's see how that works. Search up the word pandemonium. What for? 15, only 2 spots. So with the numbers I've already used, it would have to be 9 and 6. Just cause, I mean, I can't give you the exact definition of pandemonium, but in the context I've always heard it, I could. It's, craziness. But yeah, I could look up pandemonium, why not? I got a computer ID. Might help if I put in the right letters. It's a noun. Definitions from Oxford Languages. Wild and noisy, disorder, confusion, uproar. Pandemonium broke out. And then there's a Pandemonium Games and Hobbies in Garden City, Michigan. There's a Pandemonium Books and Games. Wonder if they're the same company. Yep. Looks like they are the same company. Just one's their website and one's the actual company. All right. Back to the numbers. All right. So 4 and 1, maybe? But then I don't know how I get the 13, because I'm only got, what, 2 and 7 left? Shit. This ain't regular math. So this setup ain't gonna work. So let's try doing low number to high number and see what that gets us. So this time let's go with 3 and 2. 9 and 4. 8 and 7. And that leaves us what? 1 and 6. 5. 1, 5, and 6. Which is just 10. That's not enough. It's not enough. I guess back to the chopping block. Maybe choosing the trivia book was a bad idea. Just being on the internet making myself look stupid. Okay, so instead of trying to go by square, I could try and go by line, but I learned, well, remembered from when I used to do Sudoku on the last Sudoku, you're better off going square by square, because yeah, as you do the squares, it gets easier, you know. That little girl, man, never stops barking. Yeah, this book is just making me look dumb. Alright. Want to do 3, 8, and 5. Do 4 and 1. 9 and 6. And that leaves us with what? 2 and 7. which is also not enough. Oh, jeez. Back to the chopping block. So, what about 7, 4, and 5? And then 9 and 6, 2 and 3. And that leaves us with 1 and 8. Which is, again, not enough. This is just too much brain work for how little sleep I've been getting lately because of everything that's going on. I think the Deadpool and Wolverine trivia book will have to be stowed away for a bit. Next time I go live, I'll do something else because, yeah, I think it's too stressed and tired for the thinking that this book seems to want you to do, which I didn't think my girlfriend expected the book to actually make you think at all. It being Deadpool and Wolverine, she probably think it'd be a nice, easy thing, which she bought me this before all this started going on. So she actually, I do like doing things like this, I like using my brain. But yeah, with my brother in the hospital, I'm not sleeping all that great, and my awake hours are, spent worrying over him. And when I'm with him, not really worrying over him, just trying to enjoy being with him and help him in his recovery process that he now has to go through. So yeah, for now, this is a bit too much work. I think next time we'll either try and crochet again, or I bought some coloring books to do, because that's a nice, simple, easy thing to do while having conversations with people, especially now that I'm, basically drained all the time. Because, yeah, one of my best friends is going through one of the hardest things a human being could probably go through. So, it's stressful. But I thank everyone for tuning into the live. I appreciate it. I don't know if YouTube tells subscribers about when you go live, but if that's the case, that's the best way to know when I'm going live, because I don't really have a set schedule, especially with my brother in the hospital. It's going to make everything very fluid. Yeah, check out my page. I got other lives that I've done that are in a playlist. I broadcast video games on Twitch that I export the videos over here. I actually just finished getting 100% in Insomniac Spider-Man. to do unboxings, toy builds, comic book reviews, Reddit reads, game clips, just stuff I enjoy creating. Um, check out my other pages and throw me some follows over there. That would be cool. Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube are all the same. Powerful Swagger, spelled the same. And then my TikTok is PWFLSWGR. Again, I want to thank everyone for tuning into this broadcast. I truly appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful night. And remember, try to be kind out there.